Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing Reincarnated Slime Season 2, Episode 16. Last time we got to see that entire, kind of most of the episode was like this meeting between, which we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of this politics type stuff and really what Rimuru's plan was. But I think the biggest part we got was Clayman's little kind of back and forth he had with one of the Majins. And really learning like some things after a little, I had to rewatch because there was very informative that last like 2 minutes. What he thought of the girl he was controlling with the with her heart being being broken, and him thinking or at least thinking that Rimuru or whoever had broken his tool, as he called her. And I was like, tool, it's because he thinks people as tools, and her being a tool for him. So by him meaning that, or saying that, he's meaning he wants to get back at Rimuru because he broke one of his tools. But seeing Clayman in this position where he's desperate and kind of this like on edge is interesting, and I can't say I'm not a little happy about it. I mean we've been over the past season and a half, we've just been focused on this guy just being there and being like the bad guy, but also seeing, especially in the last couple of episodes, noticing that there's people higher than him. And also what he talked about with Milim, saying don't overestimate about like how much control he has over Milim about doing things. And I kind of think the same thing. Like he may see, because we saw a little images of her being in the room with him, and it made it look like he was using her or whatever. But as we've seen Milim and how strong she is, it feels like it could be the opposite. It could be Milim kind of taking advantage of him. I get that kind of, especially on how old she actually is. There's just a lot of information there. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out these episodes early and uncut over on patreon.com/ajrich123. And let's go ahead and start. Or it continues.
おめでとうございます。ああ、元気そうで何よりだ。はは、ありがたきお言葉です。ねえさ、お前たち何しに来たの？ラミリス様、このようなことをしている場合では。
Yeah, I think this is something you should probably. You seemed rushed to go do this. Okay, so manga's more focused than the bad things you were talking about. The threat to be spoiled. See, they've mentioned that name. So that means Rimuru has to attend too then? That sounds really big.
魔王が集まってお茶を飲みながら近況報告や面白いで魔王3人の賛同があれば開催できるの。今回クレイマンに賛同したのはフレイ、あんた魔王を名乗っちゃったわけ。
Which would be the discussion would be Rimuru.
反省もしてないぞ。あんたなら不思議じゃないわよね。制裁するならご自由にってのが我々の業界での暗黙のルールなの。業界って。
How does that work?
今回わざわざあれよあんたたち。カリオン配下の三獣士の皆さんだ。
This is funny. She's like, who are you? Who are these people?
条約を破り、ミューランとかいう魔人がクレイマンの配下だってことをあんたにばらしたんでしょ。クレイマンはジュラの森を制圧するつもりか。
Oh.
そんなに落ち着いてるけどこれって大事なのよ。
And we've already seen what his Majin can do. She needs a little bit less sugar, I think.
魔王ラミリス様、殺された魔人というのは私なのです。
I don't think she expected that. How many facial expressions can she have? Yeah, I think you're reading a bit too many mangas. That's a good question. So she just heard that and freaked out. That information would be good too. Huh. That's your main focus here? She is a damn handful. Taking a break from taking a break. And yeah, okay, we're back to the hot springs, the saunas, the fan service. God damn. I'm not even gonna add too many jokes. RIMURU has been in this position a few times now. That's not creepy at all. Asking for a favor? That's kind of a favor to him, isn't it? You gotta get something back. Or they'll just take, other nations will just take advantage of you if you don't. That was some of these negotiations are really easy. They go way easier than, why can't we duplicate this in the real world? Why can't things be that easy? This is like 25% of reincarnated slime is... That's what I was gonna say. It's them being the goddamn springs. You can't have slime without hot springs. It's cause you're a little fairy pixie thing. I think RIMURU needs to start charging rent. She is ridiculous. They only did that because, hey, cute little pixie thing. Fairy thing. This is what we were missing for a while. Kind of back to the wholesomeness on and off. I'm sure she's good at that. What did she do? What was she doing? Like offering her food or something? Oh God, what the fuck? What the fuck? What? Wait a second. What the fuck? Wow. What the fuck did she do to that? I don't want to know what the hell is wrong with their bodies there that needs to be grayed out. What is going on here? What the fuck did she undo? And my God, do I not want... Jesus, they look like clumps of like those fucking like... I don't know, like a puddle of nasty. I guess so much for wholesomeness in the fucking behind the scenes. I mean, they might as well do their part. Every little bit helps. They kept one. Ramen. That's the good shit right there. I think she got the name wrong. Was the guy asking for ramen? Oh yeah, I forgot about that for a second. Yeah. It's the same person, he's just in another body. Poor Shion. She tries so hard. Does he not want to leave Rimuru's side? Is that what that is? I'm sure they'll need the backup, and he seems, as we've seen, he's kinda OP. He really thinks it's gonna take that? Well, I guess if they're creating like a civil war in there, that could take a while. Oh, that is really cool. He's like projecting it. Kind of a cool sword. What, he's holding his middle finger out? Of course the middle finger is the strongest finger. Was she the weakest of them? Or they all probably have their own specialties. Well, that answers that question. Well, he was talking about other plans and stuff at the end of last episode. So that's what he's talking about. That's what he was talking about, awakening. Interesting. So it's a time to exploit it. Yeah, now that we know what Clayman's doing and what, I mean, really kind of what the plan is there about becoming a true demon lord through bloodshed and killing, you know, because there's as we saw with Rimuru turning into a demon lord, there's requirements for these things, but they also said it's premature, meaning like, does that mean like he's not really ready to become a true demon lord? So he like, even if he kills all these people or does that mean it still won't work? And there seems to be, as we've seen, there are stronger people than Clayman. There's all these moving parts. Now we know that, you know, there's a traitor. Now we know who the traitor is. We've seen so many kind of things. It makes me like nervous at the same, and then we also have like this meeting of the Walpurgis or whatever, and this meeting of the demon lords in 3 days. There's just so many moving pieces. It makes me nervous. He has every reason to. Couldn't find a actual good strategy. I wonder why that is. And that means you have to put a barrier on everything you're transporting, right? Which would be difficult. Of course you have. Just continuing to get more and more OP. Was it you? Really, was it you, or was it Great Sage / Raphael? I still want to call... I want to call her still Great Sage. I might still do that. I love that that's his priorities. That would be mine too. But what if they all like it rough? I bet Shion likes it rough. I'm sorry. Couldn't that be really risky though? You can't even bring everybody, and you're splitting yourself up with the group again. Maybe both of them. You can bring 2. But are they though?
それにお前にはファルムス言いなりになるなんてまずありえないと思うよ。だってミリムってわがままだし。お前がわがまま。
While she's eating something and flying and in goddamn watermelon pajamas.
まあ実のところ俺も裏切られたとは思っていない。俺はミリムを信じることにする。やっぱり名探偵ラミリスさんの読みは
Yeah, you
ってわけよね。さすがです。素晴らしい。
you did something, but you shouldn't have that big of an ego for how small you are.
連れて行くか。
You have to bring her.
水臭いぞ。我も共に行こうではないか。魔王など恐るるに足らぬわ。
I thought you only could bring 2.
留守番を頼む。な、ちょっとリムル。
That's extra protection now that he has someone that strong protecting.
だから知っているよね。
無論であるぞ。まずい。聞いてなかったなどと言い。
I knew it. He's too busy reading his manga. RIMURU really knows what to say to get everybody fired up. His loyalty might be even over the top more than theirs. Oh. It's good to have a backup plan, especially when you only have 2 people with you. Actually, that kind of makes sense. They are kind of simping for her, so. I think Trainee's kind of underrated when it comes to the women on this show. I kind of wish she actually got more screen time. As much as I love Shion and Shuna, she's definitely... Trainee's definitely a good number 3. I mean, he did that for an entire season. Well, season and a half. What the hell? Yeah, I was gonna say, probably don't want to piss her off. This guy just needs to calm down a little bit before his head explodes. Holy Jesus. Well, now he acts calm. Would it though? Yeah, some people are gonna hold a grudge. He's able to hold in anger, I guess. Maybe talking to the other guy was the only time he could express it. That is asking a lot. Oh shit! Do you have a grow an arm technique or something? That sword's not just for show. By the way he's acting, it feels like he does have growing. What the fuck? He knows not to piss them off. And anger release, right? Or heal an arm. Grow an arm, heal an arm, whatever way, your arm's saved and you're not armless. Congrats. That's smart. Instant transport. Well, now you've unlocked teleportation between towns, so instant travel. That always makes everything way easier in games, at least. You can instantly travel to towns. Oh, that's the downside. Using that much magic. Because you're ridiculously OP. He looks like he hasn't slept in like 3 days. Pretty much how I look every day. God, holy crap, that's a lot of people. Huge army. He's accumulated in like A season and a half. If you had this many units in a game, you would destroy the people you were going with, unless they're all level 1 and don't have all their skills, which is not the case here. Well, you're focusing everybody on Clayman, though, as we saw a few episodes ago, there's other shit going on. So, is this a mistake? God damn, I mean, that's pretty true. Look at that. That is so much magic. That's Demon Lord's powers. Holy crap. Well, now they're set up. They're set up to go after Clayman. But my big thought over all this is, a few episodes ago, we know there's other things going on. There's crazy things that are happening. Clayman could be, getting used here. So they're using all this. Obviously, I think one smart thing he did is leaving Veldora to guard Tempest. That's very smart. And he has that as a backup plan when he goes off here. So that's a good thing. But putting all your forces to do one thing, or most of your forces to do one thing, it does make me a little nervous, just because we've seen how things can go wrong really fast. And I can't help but be like, if this was season 1, I never really, you guys let me know if you felt the same way. Season 1, I didn't worry anywhere near as much about casualties and about like RIMURU in general and things around him. I didn't worry as much than I do now. Season 2 has made me actually feel like there are consequences. Not that we didn't see any in season 1, they were just few and in between, and RIMURU always had an answer. And though he's been able to answer this stuff, it just makes me I can't help but make me feel, it makes me feel nervous. The stakes are as high as they've ever been, and I'm excited to see what happens next.